So when you came back, what was the pivot?
I went right to Art Institute.
So that's when the Art Institute came in.
Art Institute, and
so you downtown.
I just literally decided to pick up where I left off, and for some reason it wasn't the finances, because at that point I was paying out of pocket. Yeah. Because I was working and I was doing that from home, and it was a lot easier because I was at home. But then it was just like, maybe I shouldn't be just going to school for what it is that I kind of already do. Maybe I should go to school for something else, but I just couldn't find out what that other thing was. So I put that down and just started to work, and I just was doing like retail and things like that for a while, and
using your personality to make money.
Just that. Yeah, just that. And it was a dope experience too, because of course you take over for stores. You in the Aldo and Nine West, H&M, and you doing the storefronts and the visuals and stuff.
Yep, I've done rollout, fold-outs, and all of that, breakdowns, and yeah.
But and then you get there, and then you're sitting there, and you're like, yeah, I'm making them all this money.
Yep.
I should be doing that for myself.
I took a Gatorade break to get everything straight. Right. Now I'm sitting here like, how much Gatorade make? How much money does it take to make some more money? Shout out to Jeezy. But it's like the simplest way to do it. It's like sometimes you just be like when I found out that there's a think tank and a lot of money goes into figuring out that the new Pepsi bottle was going to be that color of blue, because of the way that it captures your attention or whatever. Like, there's millions spent on what color this label is going to be, which makes sense for when their reach. But at the same time, it's like that color makes money. Think about the what's the name festival that Ja Rule was attached to. When they promoted it, they used big orange blocks on Instagram to get you to stop scrolling. Yeah, that was researched. See what I'm saying?
That's what I mean. Like, and then every time it's something they show you, you're just like, that's it? Like, that's what it is?
Sometimes you just gotta steal they shit.
Yeah, you really do.
When they spent the millions, you be like, all right, so I'm gonna make my page that color.
Absolutely, because it's just like, it's ridiculous. And I'm like, at some point you gotta stop and say, I'm really creative. I should trust myself the way I'm coming in here to clock in. I'm taking a break. And I'm only taking a 30-minute break. I'm here all day.
All day. Yeah. And I'm the face of the store. They tell you that in orientation. They don't treat you like that. You the face of the store. You the one that's supposed to speak within 15 to 30 seconds of somebody walking in.
And then they had like little acronyms and things like you had to pay attention to when they come in the store and they touch something and you're supposed to approach them at that point. It's like mannerisms. Yep. And I'm like, well, that's all? And you make them buy it because how you talking is what you say while the first 15 seconds. It's like, okay, yeah, I gotta use this on my own.
Yeah, so you steal that, run that. Right, exactly. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
But the thing is too, like, you pick up a little bit and then you look at some of that, like, that's what people that don't know people. I know people a little bit. I could just organically talk to people. Exactly. But I'm gonna take that one because that was swift. That give me the 15-second draw, and I got the all right, because that's like the elevator speech.
Yeah, that is the pitch. It's the pitch. And sometimes people don't bite, but it's always about and what I was so discouraged about at first was I didn't have a location. But I was like, maybe if I just make a product that was just solid enough, and that's something that you had to come to me for. That's where the pretzel earrings came from. You had to come to me.
So the pretzels was the initial staple.
That was the initial handmade all the way personality staple for me.
Okay.
Yep, created. It's designed after the city. Fire. So, I was like, well, I'm a designer and I do jewelry and stuff, and everybody knows me from my recycled stuff. But what about if somebody else decided to mock earrings of mine, which they've attempted. A lot of people have attempted.
I'm sure.
Yes. So, but the pretzels, they're hesitant about because it's like, oh, you definitely took the time to try and make what it is that I've been making, and everybody knows me for these now. So it's like, okay, yeah.
That's interesting because I would never imagine what was possible to not get re-emulated, but I guess they can still do the pretzels.
They can still do it, but it'll just be like,
you the pretzel girl,
lady. Yeah, you the girl. You got that from that girl.
Yeah, you Philly Pretzel Factory.
Yeah. So, yep. Shells, I think she called me Fire Pretzel Factory or something like that.
Fire Pretzel Factory?
Yeah, like, because that's what it is. Like, it's the vibe of the city. Like, you can get a pretzel from Philly and, like, literally you could turn 3 blocks and it's a pretzel factory somewhere.
Absolutely.
Or, summertime comes, it's a pretzel in the water ice. That's the, like, the go-to. And I was like, no, we're gonna do a standard pretzel shape, but we're going to make them into earrings.
Dope.
Yeah.
That's fine. And they not small. They husky.
Yeah, they can get big.
They sit on your shoulder.
They do sit.
They sit on your shoulder. You know what I'm saying?
They the statement piece.
No, dope. I had something I wanted to say before that I want to get to. See you rocking. You got your natural. You got it tied up right now.
I got it
Push
tied
back.
up right now. Yeah.
But you be rocking the Angela Davis on a regular basis.
Yes. I just started that because yeah, there was a thing, right, where I went and was going to get my hair done and everything. They weren't professional. And I was just
go
like,
you appreciate it.
Yeah, it was no professionalism, and it was just like the aggression that they had towards my hair. And I'm like, it's because you're used to having somebody in your seat that has like a process or something going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I think it's time I just stop with the wigs and things like that and just embrace what it is that I have going on, because if I didn't have my hair wrapped up when I walked in here, you wouldn't know what you was dealing with.
Right.
Yeah. So
right.
What am I hiding my hair for? Right. And then I started to realize like it's a lot. It's a lot of like beautiful qualities to have your natural hair.
Absolutely.
Everything that you might do. Thank you. And like I've been enjoying it, to be honest. Like having my hair out and all I gotta do is it's not a kind of thing, because combing it is.
No, it's a process. Wild. We still that.
Yeah. Yeah, because it be rough, y'all. It be rough.
We still that.
So I just started to wear it out, and like the reaction I've been getting from it is really just positive and energy.
And that's what I was about to say. You get as many compliments or more as if you wore your hair any other way, I'm sure.
Yes, but I think it's actually a lot more though.
See, that's dope.
It's a lot more than when you have like the wig on. And
that's fire.
And I get it. Like I love my wigs, but I actually donated all my wigs.
Dope.
So I didn't go back to
a organization that.
Yeah, it's just like it's a private home for young ladies.
Word.
Yeah, private home for young ladies.
Fire. I figured it was something like that.
Yeah. I donated them, and I just didn't look back.
Right.
Like I was like, I'm gonna just let it go, and I'm gonna do my my natural hair journey and all natural styles. I'm gonna like twist my hair up and stuff like that too, but like not with the weaves and stuff, just my natural. So it's gonna be that for a while. That's
fire. That's fire. I just wanted to bring that up because I've been noticing, and I'm like, I like it. It looks great, and I'm natural. Not like I couldn't, like I was gonna get a weave, but I'm just saying, like when you know what the process is and what people go through to get to these levels or that level, and have it still soft and looking like something,
and it looks like something,
you gotta appreciate it. Now, what I wanted to ask you before I got to that, well, what the question was that I was getting confused with, it was when you're an artist naturally. Does it ever become a business, or where's that point where you like, oh, this is a business, or I need to treat it different than, like, where does that point come? Is it when you throw the couch out or before that?
It was before that. It was before that. The couch came because I didn't have space.
Yeah.
So I started to accumulate a lot of
inventory.
Stuff. Yes. So I was like, okay, well, I need to figure out a way to organize this where I can sell it. It needs to be findable. Right. And it needs to be able to be purchased so I can get it out of here, because it's just sitting here now. It's beautiful stuff, but it's just sitting here now. And the only thing that really sit in the house now is the costumes. Everything else gets sold.
I heard that. Talk heavy.
Yeah, everything else gets sold. And I just like that type of process, like from the start to the finish. And you see something come in and somebody's like, yeah, I just got to get rid of this thing and I don't want it anymore, or, whatever the case may be. And you start and you do your process on it, and then you sit there and you're like, this is dope. And I'm like, I'm a shopaholic in my own right, you know? So I'm like, I want to keep this. But then I'm like, no, this work for somebody else's house. I'm going to give it to somebody, and somebody's going to purchase it. It's going to be in a nice home. So, I mean, after a while, you start to see something like, sift through, and you start to realize, like, this is a business. It's going to keep coming in. It's going to keep going. When the piece goes out, something else is coming in.
Yeah.